Then on my way, I said, the kiddie booms and kiddie bums are in bed. Thank the Lord.
The Shambos and the Shamba. Welcome to the greatest show in the whole wide world. It's Cheche Kule. Cheche Kofisa. Yeah. Let's throw him back. Today's throwback Thursday.
I mean, we had some good memories. Some good Kwasasa. Yo!
Kwasasa, yo. Kwasasa mu. Charlie, the Kwasasa, no, I think the National Cathedral will get Kwasasa mu.
I think there's some very young ones in the production booth who have no concept or any idea of what we're talking about.
They doesn't know
they don't know what. Jana, do you know why he's going on?
They doesn't know why
they
he's
don't
going
know what.
on.
Amaka, do you know why he's going on? Oh, they've got no clue. They've got no clue.
My God.
A big moo to you.
A big moo to you. Kwasasa mu. Kwasasa mu. The Ghanaian Times this morning says, let's build consensus on our values. President admonishes Ghanaians. 4 secessionists jailed 17 years and journalists go to Supreme Court over LGBTQ plus bill. Appointments Committee vet ministerial nominees. The Energy Digest this morning says Ghana has the cleanest fuel in the sub-region. Kwasasa mu. PURC cuts power tariffs by 6.56%. Ghana ready to host Energy Bank. And PIAC launches management statutory reports. Also stop using middlemen for meter acquisition. ECG boss to customers. Oil revenue dipped to 5 to 1 million Ghana cedis in 2023. Helen.
All right, let's go to the Daily Graphic this morning. Constitutionality of anti-gay bill challenged. Ghana paved way for Africa. President Ouattara speaking there, also pictured on the front page. Malta president arrives for 3-day state visit. Also, 67th Independence Day celebration. Ghana, beacon of hope. That's coming from the president. Koforidia set alight. Quickly on the back page, German ADB supports establishment of garment factory at Savelugu. NRSA rolls out speed limit technology mid-year. Interesting. So we could potentially get those. In other countries where it tells you
how fast you're moving.
We have that on some roads. So
no, I've seen one on the motorway.
Yeah, but what we have usually is a policeman with the with the thing hiding in the corner. When he jumps on, macho, I catch you.
Charlie, but that's illegal. It's like they are waiting for you to commit.
Charlie, the guy they do the work.
Why you say it's entrapment?
Anyhow, he must survive.
Shout out to the police officers who have been hiding at the Legon traffic light corner.
Bro.
Me now I know all their hiding spots.
Jumps onto the road.
I'm telling you.
I catch you.
They say wait there, messing. One of them said he didn't even talk to me messing. But that's speed limit technology we're told should be coming our way in the middle of the year. So do watch your speed. You don't need any policeman harassing you or you harassing yourself because you didn't follow the rules. Michael.
Daily Guide, we have overcome economic challenges. That's according to President Akufo-Addo. Let me read my. Let's unite to build Ghana. That's according to Dr. Baumia.
We agree.
Mahama NDC boycott independence celebration. And then Ouattara hails Akufo-Addo's leadership. Western Togoland Prime Minister, others jailed 17 years. Nana salutes ASEC for press cup victory. Arteta charges party to build on playing time. Interesting ones there.
Great. Where do we begin, Helen?
I haven't seen anything about the cathedral commissioning on any of the papers.
Pages, but we have seen LGBT.
Yes, so that's captured in page 13. Of course, the conversation is still raging.
So it took us 67 years to now decide what our sexual orientation should be. 67 years.
Well, I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks
okay. So this is a story that concerns Richard Sky. He's also pictured here. He's taking...
is that Hajia Siduri? Siduri. What's the name?
Hajia Siduri. That was the name that was attached to that petition.
Okay. But some receipts of Richard Sky have come out. Have you seen any?
What does that mean?
The receipts of things he posted in the past.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
You've seen the receipts,
Yes,
Facebook and Instagram, Twitter,
Yes.
or X. You've seen some of them.
I've seen some of them. You know, typically people will delete this, but the screenshots tend to live on forever.
No,
this
no,
I
it's
don't
not,
know.
this is not a screenshot. If you go on to
It's there.
page,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
it's there.
okay,
It's there.
okay.
It's still there. What does it say though?
Okay, well, this post allegedly
It's not alleged. I have
from
gone to
Richard
check. I have confirmed this.
You,
No, I have confirmed this. No. You cannot use alleged here when
Sure.
I have confirmed it. Me, Mr. Scorecard, I have confirmed it.
Okay, let me do it this way.
Yes.
This post by Richard Delasky, according
Fantastic.
to Johnny Hughes, which corroborated by Johnny Hughes as being correct.
According to all of us.
The girl, she go law school. She go law school.
They don't
Okay.
go law school.
I go law school. He says, I've received a shocking email from a self-confessed homosexual based in Accra. Folks, can you imagine? The young man is asking me to help him lead what he calls a sustained media campaign to pressurize Ghanaian authorities to recognize gay rights in all forms. He says, Massa, I beg you, please try elsewhere. In fact, if there's anything I abhor most in the world, it is homosexuals. And then he goes on to say, and I don't want to repeat this, but this is what the post says: God punish you.
Okay. God punish you. Anyway, what's the other one? There's another one, right?
That's the only one that I cited again.
No, there's one on Twitter.
I
There was
see.
one on Twitter
I see.
that also made it into the news. Let me see if I can find it there.
But whilst you're having a perusal of that, on page 13, Daily Graphic, so a Ghanaian broadcaster and legal practitioner, Richard Sky, has filed a suit at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of the Human and Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, popularly known as the Anti-Gay Bill. I have to try and remember this: Human and Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. I find it difficult. It's quite long, but among other reliefs, the plaintiff is asking the court to restrain President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from giving his assent to the bill for it to become a law.
Okay, I see. Anyway, so there's another from Richard Sky, 24th of February 2014. In defiance of international disapproval from Western donors nations, Uganda's president has signed a controversial law allowing those convicted of homosexuality to be imprisoned for life. At a public ceremony in a packed room at the State House in Entebbe, Yoweri Museveni formally initialed the Anti-Homosexuality Act, which has also outlaws the promotion of homosexuality and requires citizens to denounce to the police anyone suspected to be gay. No study has shown you can be homosexual by nature. That's the quote there. That's why I have agreed to sign the bill. That's Museveni said in a speech at the presidential palace near the capital, Kampala. Outsiders cannot dictate to us. This is our country. Advise friends from the West not to make this an issue, because if they make it an issue, the more they will lose. If the West does not want to work with us because of homosexuals, then we have enough space to ourselves here. And then Richard comes that, is it time for Ghana to take a more emphatic legislative position on homosexuality, or should we grant such rights? He's asking. It's a question that he asked. Yeah. That's
Well, listen, I say this all the time. You should be prepared to change your mind when presented with new information. So maybe that's how he feels. Because on the flip side, there's a video from 2015 where Honorable Sam George was asked a question directly about his views and thoughts. And he said, it's a human right. What do you do in your bedroom? He has no desire to get involved, right? Of course, fast forward to now, he feels differently to that. So maybe it's been the reverse.
So you know, I interviewed Sam George. He sat in the seat.
That's right.
And he says that, look, he doesn't care if you are gay and you want to have it in your room. Don't just foist it on people by being an advocate of it, telling people like what Professor Kajepo, Professor Tichu Aminu and all the others are doing. Don't teach the children as well, like what he says Deborah Vanessa did in a school, that it's okay for a man and a man to have, sexual relations and all of that. I think that's the position they have taken, because really, if somebody is engaged with another in that particular act in their room, who would know? Nobody would know. So that for me, would be a sustained position that he held in the past. Maybe now, because he's more vociferous about the issues and talking about it, and things are being thrown into the conversation, would say that he may not have held a principled stand then and now, if you put the two together. But that will put Mr. Delaskai in the same category.
That's exactly why I made that analogy,
Right.
that when presented with new information, somebody might decide to change their mind. So that's why I use Sam George. He was on the other side. Now he's on this side. This one also on the other side. Now on this side.
So
we move.
Somebody says Richard Sky's original name is Dela Savior Kuden Yao. Okay. That one I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yes, that one I've not verified it.
I don't know.
Yes.
And the Daily Graphic, they simply put it as Richard Delaskai.
Yeah, yeah. He's a big man. He's our friend in the media. Yeah. Well, but he's a lawyer now, so he's following the law.
Oh, yes.
Obodu, what do
Test
you
the
think?
law. Why not?
Former boss.
I recluse myself from this conversation.
You recuse yourself from this conversation. You will not be part of this conversation.
Yes, but
Are we doing something wrong?
for me, I feel that we are giving the subject a bit too much attention.
Are you bored?
I feel like, Charlie, we don't chop, we don't talk about this.
Oh, Charlie.
I think there are more important things that we can focus on. That's where I stand. I think that we're giving, I feel we are giving too much relevance to things that we think aren't important by talking about it, because it's become mainstream conversation suddenly. But are these really our priorities?
You know the interesting thing. This will not be the first time this gay homosexual thing has come in the public domain, and from where I sit, having worked in the media for close to 2 decades, the conversation comes up. It is started from a certain point, and then we talk about it, and then because people resist and fight back, it dies down, and then they wait a bit, and then it comes up again. I mean, I'm sure that at some point the people will get tired, because the proponents of the whole gay lesbianism mentality, they are not sleeping. At every single opportunity, they want to inject into. Look, was it not 2 years ago or so, maybe 2.5 years ago, when a certain house was hired for them?
Yeah,
They said they were doing just advocacy, blah, blah, blah. But you go into the house and you see a different story altogether, more like a haven for people to come and hide there and all of that. That was when the conversations had started. Prior to that, it was bound to happen, comment by the president. So at any point, it just comes up. And then when people say, hey, we don't, then it dies down. Then it comes up, it dies down. And for every society, once things keep coming up, dies down, coming up, dies down, one day, energy, boom. So if you don't make it a big conversation for everybody to understand that this is the position we have taken, this is the position we are against, we must have a national stance on this. And for me, our Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, they have been too quiet for my liking. This is their space. But the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, this is their space.
But Johnny, do we really need that, in the sense that we know culturally what is right or wrong? We can tell what it is. Do we need a legislation to validate that?
So
That's my thing.
So for example,
Yeah.
Professor Audrey Gajiko made an erroneous statement that there are elements of homosexuality and gayism in Ga and in Zima cultures. I mean, that has been dealt with.
Why was that erroneous?
It's wrong.
Okay, it's not true.
It is not true. It is a lie, actually. It's a big fat lie from the professor. And I feel very disappointed that she had to, because you see, I am partly Ga, and where you come from, you would have traces of Ga too, right? Now, I feel very sad that already there's some form of marginalization.
Of Ghans?
Yes.
By whom?
You're teaching Twi in Greater Accra region to Ga children.
Yeah.
You won't do that in Ashanti. You won't do that in Ekrapim land. You won't do that in Neverland. So already there's that marginalization, even from the top GES, and then you now start labeling. That's wrong. That's wrong. Which aspect of the Ga culture? Which aspect of the Ga culture is promoting homosexuality?
Are Ghans more tolerant of divergent sexualities?
Ghans are naturally welcoming. That's where the Ablikumaba Kumawa comes from. We're very welcoming to all manner of people. And that's why, if you look at when the capital was in Cape